Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We've talked a lot about hormones in reference to women who are in their fertile years, meaning that they're still menstruating, but we haven't talked in depth about menopause yet. And I think that that's also really important because the whole thing that I do in my business is I follow women through all phases of life, through their menstruating years, through pregnancy, and through menopause. And so I think personally that menopause is just as important as puberty. So we need to talk about it. It's a new phase of life that should be viewed as just as beautiful as all the other phases in our lives, really. Unfortunately, women are told that when they reach a certain age, they will start beginning to decline, and should get used to experiencing uncomfortable symptoms that will probably most likely last the rest of their lives. Hot flashes, uncomfortable sex, weight gain, low libido, mood swings are all normal parts of menopause, or are they? You should all know by now what I'm going to say in response to that. At least if you followed me for a while or even just a week, you should know how I'm going to respond in kind. So these PMS-like symptoms are absolutely not normal, and they should not be something that you should get used to or expect, to be horrible for the rest of your life. They don't have to last forever. Having hormonal imbalances during menopause is absolutely not normal. Just like having hormone imbalances during your menstruating years is absolutely not normal. Having low or no sex drive as you get older is not normal. We shouldn't see that as normal. Gaining or losing significant amounts of weight is not normal. The transition to menopause should be gradual and smooth, not abrupt and terrifying. And I feel like that's what a lot of OBs and doctors are telling us, is that the transition is meant to be extremely abrupt and that we should be ready for it. Ideally, women shouldn't really even feel much of a change because their bodies should ultimately go through the process so naturally that it's not even that big a deal. Usually, if your hormones are balanced, if your gut health is optimal, if your adrenals and thyroids are healthy and strong, women shouldn't experience these PMS-like symptoms, and that is the beauty of anti-aging. Yes, I said anti-aging. We are all going to age. That is just the way life works. We all get older, but how we age is key. Are we aging quickly or gracefully? Are we able to see the aging happening really fast, or are we aging super slowly? Gracefully aging allows us to maintain our energy levels, maintain our bone and muscle density and strength, healthy skin, hair, and nail texture, balanced hormones, and optimal organ function. This includes the gut. That's all part of aging. How do we achieve this? Well, it's really simple, and I'm going to break it down into 5 parts for you guys. So number 1, how are your stress levels? We've talked about stress. You guys know this. How are your stress levels? Are you stressing about tons of different things every day? Stress is pretty much the number 1 factor in premature aging and any other kind of disorder. It causes organ dysfunction, adrenal and thyroid complications, hormone disruption, fine lines and wrinkles, poor sleep, and so much more. It encourages your body to lose all of those minerals that it needs to maintain a healthy life. So if you are highly stressed, that stress will begin to cause a breakdown. Learning how to control these stress levels is key. We're never going to be without stress. It's just the way life is. But learning how to control our response to it in the moment is going to be extra important for how we age and how we maintain a healthy, overall well-balanced life. So this includes taking at least 10 minutes a day to just deep breathe, to just be alone. This is especially important for busy moms or moms who are just constantly working outside of the house, or women who are business minded but don't have kids. It doesn't matter who you are, how busy you are, taking 10 minutes a day to just breathe and be alone is going to be really important. Also, learning how to 360 breathe, which I do teach in a lot of my workshops. Learning how to clench and loosen muscles to release tension, and not overbooking yourself. That is a huge thing. So stress is number one. Number two, how does your diet look? Are you eating enough fatty acids? How about those vitamins and minerals? Building in lots of vitamin, mineral, fiber, EFA-rich foods into your nutrition plan is going to help with cell growth and health, metabolism, absorption, and it's going to work in the antioxidants into your body that are going to fight off free radicals, which promote premature aging. Plus, hydration on top of that improves oxygen and blood flow as well as cell health as well. So having them both hand in hand is going to be super important. So number three, are you spending enough time with other people? Isolation causes a mental and spiritual breakdown. Not a lot of people take into account this as premature aging. Constantly stimulating your mind and strengthening relationships with others, as well as spending time with a variety of ages, and allowing yourself to have friendships and build friendships and meet new people keeps you young. It prevents premature aging. In fact, it's been proven that older individuals live longer and more peaceful when they spend time around kids and younger people, especially teens. So it's really important to mix up and have a variety of different kinds of people around you to help stimulate you in different ways. But isolation is never going to be a good idea. You want to make sure that you have people surrounding you, which is why a lot of people had a hard time in 2020. So we're trying to break that cycle because that not only creates premature aging situation, but it's going to imbalance your hormones because your spiritual health is just not where it should be, and it's going to maintain a poor mental health outlook as well. So number four, what's your exercise routine? Inactivity allows for muscle wasting. There are so many people who complain about the fact that they are in pain all the time, and I always ask them, well, what is your activity level? Are you inactive? Do you move a lot? What type of movement do you do? So for particularly for menopausal women and anyone going through the change, resistance training helps strengthen the muscles as well as the bones. It's really important for menopausal women to strengthen the bones because osteoporosis is a risk factor. Your risk factor goes up once you hit menopausal age for osteoporosis. However, this is only the case in women who have extremely low estrogen that causes the breakdown of the bone and who have been inactive for a large majority of their life. So not all menopausal women are at risk for osteoporosis. So I just want to tell you guys that. Not all women. Working on resistance training techniques early on, like at my age, I'm 27, it allows you to work on bone strength and density ahead of time so that once you do hit menopausal age, you're all set to go. Osteoporosis is a thing of the past. You won't have any problems. So this is another reason why a lot of menopausal women will be put on birth control, is to raise those estrogen levels unnaturally in order to prevent osteoporosis. This is not going to be a good thing to do. So it's just important to just do preventative care. So number five, and last but not least, is how are your hormones? This is why I say that it doesn't matter how young you are, preparing your hormones ahead of time is important. That doesn't mean that you should always be anticipating menopause. That's ridiculous. But healthy, balanced hormones are crucial for your health no matter what phase of life you're in. It's crucial for fertility, menstruation, and menopause. All three of those phases. And even if you're not interested in having kids, the fertility health is super important regardless of that. So it's really important to take care of your hormones early on and not stress out about the fact that you're going to go through menopause one of these days. You don't want to think that far ahead all the time. Just dwelling on it is just going to cause a stress situation. And again, then it brings us to number one. So this is a very simplified version of what anti-aging protocol would look like. Like I said, it's actually pretty simple once you get the basics down. It's something that you can apply to your everyday life. And I'm not going to lie, there are a few aspects of anti-aging that aren't listed here, partly because I need to keep a few secrets, but also because it would take way too long to break them down into this video. It would be such a long video for you guys. But bottom line is, you shouldn't be afraid of menopause. You shouldn't be afraid of aging. You shouldn't be stressing or dreading these changes in your life. You shouldn't feel like you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. That's a really important thing. And especially for menstruating women, you shouldn't be going through PMS thinking, I'm just going to be miserable for the rest of my life. It's ridiculous. That shouldn't be your main focus. And it's possible to reverse that. Life is beautiful and it is amazing. With everything that we've learned about women, it should amaze us how intricate we are and how our hormones just perfectly work in together. My brain is working faster than my mouth today. How our hormones work in conjunction with everything else in our body, with our muscles, with our bones, with our brain. Just everything works together, and it's really cool to see how that all works. Each phase of our lives should not be taken for granted, because each phase has its amazing ups, and it does have its own challenges that we can tackle and address individually. And knowing how to prepare ourselves for these challenges and how to tackle them at the source is going to help us go head on into them without fear. And the ultimate key for everything in life is prevention. Promoting healthy aging and balanced hormones and preventing them from becoming an issue down the road. So I hope that this gives you hope and peace. Life is beautiful. Thank you for watching. Until next time.